Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Now I want to share with you the story of the day because it has a lot to do with big companies messing with smaller companies. In this case, a big company known as 2K Games, a developer, messing with a review blog website that's named The Sixth Axis. And they do game journalism. They're doing a game review of this game called NBA 2K18. Okay? And they had some pretty fair criticisms that were mirrored by a YouTuber that I quite like, and this is how I heard of the story. His name is Yong Ye, or Ye Yong. I'll link it down below. Anyways, with this story, let's get into it. I thought it was interesting to find that after they posted this rather negative review of 2K18 for the microtransactions, which honestly have gotten out of hand, they were contacted by 2K Games and they were asked to maybe reconsider. Allegedly, they were just asked to reconsider. And honestly, excuse me for a second. Honestly, we can understand what that pretty much means. It looked like a big company was bullying a smaller company into removing their negative review of their game. And the news got out, popped up on Reddit, popped up probably on Twitter, and 4chan as well. And what we have here is a situation where what's the point in removing, like keeping it removed when everybody knows that it was rated 2 out of 3, by the way, for the microtransactions. That's how bad it was. And from everything I'm hearing, it doesn't seem unfair to give it a 3 out of 10. It sounds a lot like, the only progression in the game, which is leveling up from like level 60 or 70 to level 99. The only progression really has to do with that, and that is all powered by microtransact. You can get in-game money, but some guy online did some math and he realized that you had to play like 300 games just to get like up 10 levels or something. It was crazy. If you take into account how long a game is on these like NBA and these hockey games, it's pretty intense. The game got a bad review because it it really was sending the message with their gameplay and the way the whole system was built. It was sending the message that you have to pay money if you want to actually progress in this game. And that's where the controversy is, so that's why I'm sharing it with you. We can read the Sixth Axis reply to this whole situation. I'd love to share that with you guys. Do we want the partial screen? Getting fancy up in here. I like this type of video. I've been trying to set this kind of thing up for a while. And like this video if you agree. Comment down below if you want more like this, because this could actually make it so that I can report on gaming news and other news on a different channel pretty often. So let's get into it. Full window. Bam. Nope. Bam. Okay, let's go to the other window. Other tab. So they're responding to all the news and how their review went famous on Reddit. I'll read some of it to you. With regard to our NBA 2K18 review, here's what happened. Yesterday afternoon, we found ourselves embroiled in a minor controversy surrounding one of our reviews, as I decided to adjust our NBA 2K18 review after it had been posted and temporarily removed the score pending a statement from 2K about our complaints. So he decided to do it. All his decision. And he needs you to know that. I'm being a little harsh, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. In our review, Aaron raised the issue of the rate at which you can earn the game's virtual currency from play, how pervasive VC or virtual currency is through the game, and how this pushes you towards the microtransactions in a manner that seriously impacts the game. Sadly, 2K have not been able to issue us a statement in a timely fashion, and so we have now returned to the 3 out of 10 score to the bottom of our review, 24 hours after the review was originally posted, and not too long after 2K had asked them to reconsider, apparently. And good on them for putting it back up. I mean, why not put it back up? Because everybody knows that you gave it that review anyways. So in retrospect, did I make a mistake in altering our published review? Possibly. Possibly. Were there good reasons to change the review? Definitely. Most importantly, was this from undue publisher pressure? No. It seems like he can read our minds. Okay, what were the good reasons to change the review? Let's find out. The conclusion that was originally posted read, quote, "If you're a serious fan, you may enjoy what you see, and the score below doesn't indicate the quality of the core basketball game, but rather protests how utterly invasive the microtransactions have now become." End quote. That, yeah, I mean, it's an overall game review. So if he's a game reviewer, I trust that he is keeping that in mind, and he's not totally. I mean, he might have worded his reasoning for giving a 3 out of 10 review. He might have worded that wrong, that whole reasoning, because to post it as in protest, I don't know. Maybe I'm being a little bit of a snob with English, a grammar Nazi or whatever. Anyways, to categorize our review and its score as a protest vote against 2K was wrong. Here we go. Yes, thank you. On a number of levels. And it was something I believed I had removed when editing. Evidently, I didn't or didn't realize that my edits had not been submitted properly while traveling. Either way, it was largely for this reason that 2K's PR team got in touch after the review was published. So that seems to sum up the controversy pretty well. They just have some idiot writers that don't know how to word things. And damn, if these people can get jobs writing for games, and I don't know, maybe they can support a family, maybe not. But fuck, God, I need to get on their level, because if they can get a job, why the hell can't I get this kind of job? Gotta get my resume out there. Working with birds. Hey, you want me to write about games? All right, anyways. We give plenty of leeway to our viewers, so if they reason their position well enough and it matches the score, then it will stand as is. In this case, Aaron argued well enough for my liking that the balance between microtransaction and what you earn in game was dragging down the potential enjoyment for players. Whether entries receive a 6 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 in the past, it's been a consistent point that he's addressed in NBA 2K reviews for the last half decade. And it's exactly his point that I relayed to 2K when they contacted me. So he relayed that point, and good. Even though the fucking dude can't write for shit. He can. He just made a mistake. Yes, they asked us to reconsider the score or shift to a review in progress. But I can't review in progress. He played the damn game. But I can't state strongly enough that there was no pressure or threat of blacklisting, made or even implied. No, that's just speculation that people made. Relax. And honestly, it's not blacklisting that, the smart people from us in our group think that was going to happen. I think the real fear is that this was going to send a message to other game review websites, trusted game review websites that people go to and they make purchases based on. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry. This is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and these game reviewers kind of hold a lot of responsibility, and they can't all possibly appreciate that responsibility. It's getting to the point, there's so many of them that, a couple of them got to be dumbasses, a couple of them got to be in it just for the money, this and that. I mean, there is always going to be some reasoning for money because that it's an industry, but Jesus, it is something that some of these game reviewers do need to keep in mind. And not that Sixth Sense doesn't, or the Sixth Axis. Not that they don't. Not at all. It's just, that's a worry. It's not that you're going to be blacklisted. It's that you're going to be influenced. We don't we don't want our game reviewers influenced by the very companies of making the games that they review. We don't want that shit. I know it seems a little weird, but yeah, that's how it works. All right, let's read the rest of this. So I made the call to change the score pending at the flight. Yeah, for something remarkable when I landed. While 2K are listening and reacting, they lowered the pricing of in-game haircuts on Tuesday. Wow! They lowered the haircut prices. I did hear some crazy things about the haircuts. But, okay, so for example, so maybe that's not the only thing they did? God, I hope not. That's not going to make the game any better. Fuck it. Fuck it. Honestly, if these companies are too out of touch to really make real changes and balance how much they're going to use microtransactions in the games, then fuck them. Let them fail. And you know what? The 6-axis is hopefully, I mean, at least for me, but hopefully getting a wider audience and a wider loyal audience now. Okay? You can bet your ass that I'm going to go to them, you know, when I'm thinking to myself, hey, I kind of want to read a review. I mean, it's not very often that I find myself wanting to read a game review, not on Steam. But, yeah, you know, I might find myself looking for that kind of thing. Usually I just go to YouTube and it's more face-to-face. You get to, just like right now, you get to see the person's face. This very second, you get to look in my eyes and see how genuine I am while talking to you. Just like this. Okay. All right, dude. While 2K are listening. Oh, I read that. In light of this, and as always, the most likely outcome, and as was always the most likely outcome, the 3 out of 10 score has been restored to our review, and the wording remains intact aside from the changes to the conclusion because the guy was being stupid. We'll look to return to NBA 2K18 down the line to see if and how visual concept... I thought that was virtual currency. Was that the developer? I sound like a dumbass. I am sorry. I do want to get my fucking developers right. I'm sorry about that. And 2K rebalance the currency. So we're hoping they rebalance the currency and progression systems. And we are expecting and hope to see significant improvements in this area. Needless to say, they're now very aware that players aren't happy, which is perhaps the best thing to come from all of this. Yeah, now it's just up to them. If they want to just stay in denial, I mean, it's got to be hard to understand that people aren't just loaded with cash when you yourself are loaded with cash. So some of these executives, maybe they should listen to some of the employees that are lower than them. Maybe that's something they should do. Actually, this reminds me of a story from the other day, which maybe I'll talk about in the next video, especially if there's any updates on it. As it turns out, CD Projekt Red was getting some really bad Glassdoor reviews. And Glassdoor is a website where you can review your employer, wherever you work. And that ranges from like fast food and retail places to more serious companies and working in more serious positions, career positions. And, you know, you post your stuff anonymously, usually. So, is it credible 100% of the time? No. But, you know, if you're getting like 30, 40 reviews saying all the same stuff, it's probably true. And in CD Projekt Red's case, yeah, some of that stuff was true, unfortunately. But yeah, so 2K games, I hope they fucking listen. The reason I hope is because they're a company that is going to survive, whether they listen or not. You know? They're going to keep making games for people, whether they listen to all of this fucking just backlash. it doesn't matter. You know, it really doesn't matter. So what will influence them towards listening to people is having good people in their company and having an interest in a long-term success as opposed to short-term. And yeah, that's my take on that. I hope you guys like this video. If you want to check me out and yeah, watch videos where I talk about other stuff besides games, film, and TV, you can find me on another channel. It's called Rubber Dorky, and I hope to see you there. If you want to see me actually play games, you can find me on Twitch/Rubber Dorky. I'll link stuff down below for you. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to see you guys soon. Hope to see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day, and see you soon. Whoop.